What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Nerdy Mark channel. I'm Sid the Nerdy Mark, and ladies and gentlemen, this is the final stretch. This is the go-home shows for both Raw and SmackDown, so let's talk about them. So before we get started, I do want to offer my thoughts and prayers to everyone who was affected by that travesty, that tragedy that happened in San Bruno, California. It was the YouTube office over there. It would be pretty inappropriate if I didn't mention it because they're the ones providing people like me to create content for you guys. So I do want to, like I said, offer my thoughts and prayers to everyone. This is not the time to politicize this incident. This is the time for all of us to come together. So Raw begins with the final face-off between Triple H and Stephanie McMahon versus Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey before their match at WrestleMania. This whole event is mediated by the coach, and this was boring. All four parties just reiterating everything they've been saying throughout this entire build. Stephanie McMahon saying, I'm the commissioner, and Ronda Rousey signed to Monday Night Raw means I own her. Ronda Rousey saying, I'm going to tear your arm out of your socket, Stephanie. Kurt Angle, intensity, integrity, intelligence. It's true, it's damn true. Gold medal with a broken freaking neck. Triple H saying, it's a game. I got a sledgehammer. King of Kings. That's basically the entire segment. The segment does end with Ronda and Stephanie getting in each other's faces. Kurt Angle tries to break them up. Triple H comes in and clocks Kurt Angle on the head with a microphone. Ronda Rousey tries to attack Triple H. Stephanie pulls her off and slams her onto the table. That's how this segment ends. We then get a pretty decent match between Bayley and Sonya Deville of Absolution. The match does end in Bayley being victorious. Nothing too much to write home about, the usual suspects. And then obviously, we have the Absolution beatdown. Out comes Sasha Banks to save her former best friend Bayley, and Sasha asks Bayley to raise her hand. Bayley says, no, I'm not going to do it. Sasha basically becomes an abusive boyfriend and says that she needs to raise her hand. Bayley gets her off, and they start beating each other up. Absolution get back in, beat up Sasha and Bayley. Oh, in case you're wondering, yes, I did enjoy this whole build. I'm still enjoying this build between Bayley and Sasha. Next up, we have an amazing show of talent in the ring. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor, a rematch from 2 weeks ago, I believe. This was a really good match, as usual. Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, they have to work really hard to make it bad. Miz is on commentary, and by the way, congratulations to Miz and Maurice for the birth of their baby girl, Monroe Sky. That's all Miz can talk about, so is Miz a face now? Is that what we're doing? If you give birth to a child, you automatically become babyface? Okay, fine. The match does end with Seth Rollins hitting the curb stomp on Finn Balor. 1, 2, 3, Seth Rollins wins, giving him some momentum towards WrestleMania. I did like Miz on commentary, but I feel it distracted me a little bit from the match just because he wasn't really talking about Seth and Finn, because all he said about Seth and Finn Balor was these two are great competitors, but he kept on talking about how being a father has changed him, so yeah. Next up, Sheamus and Cesaro get in the ring. They're like, we don't care who Braun Strowman's partner is. We're going to beat them anyway, but we still want to know who they are. And if you don't care, why do you want to know? Braun Strowman comes out and he says, I found a partner. I've been talking to him, and he doesn't like that you two are talking smack. I'll bring him out on the condition that he can have a match with you. Sheamus and Cesaro agree, so he says, I'll go get him, but I gotta warn you, he's a lot like me, but a little bit different. He goes out, and out comes his brother, Braun Strowman. I didn't know he had a brother, but Braun Strowman comes out. Yes, he's wearing a white button-up t-shirt and glasses, and he's saying, I don't like what you're saying about my brother. I'm going to kick your ass. Gets in the ring, takes off the glasses, takes off the shirt, and lo and behold, it's actually Braun Strowman. What a disguise. Oh my goodness. Clark Kent is jealous right now. He should take some notes. Braun Strowman does what he does best, and he beats them up. So I like this. I like that they're not revealing his partner. I was actually a little bit scared that they were going to do that, but they didn't. So his partner is still a mystery until WrestleMania. We then get a promo from Goldust. We haven't gotten a promo like this in a while, ever since his feud with R-Truth. This was a good promo. He basically announces that he's going to enter himself in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I I keep calling it Battle Royale, I don't know why, but it's Battle Royal. He's interrupted by Woken Matt Hardy, who challenges him to a match. You know, honestly, the part of me did want to see this match for a while. Like, this was kind of sort of a dream match for me. Just because, you know, both are kind of bizarre. This was a very fun and entertaining match, which ends with Matt Hardy pinning Goldust after giving him a twist of fate. After the match, Matt Hardy goes outside to the trophy of Andre the Giant, and he talks to it, and he touches it, and he caresses it, and holds it. Yeah, it gets weird. Next up, John Cena gets back into the ring in his failed attempts to call out The Undertaker. He is very disappointed that he is not going to have a match with Taker, even though we know he will. He says that he is not disappointed that he's going as a fan, but he is disappointed in The Undertaker. At this point, silence means no. He tries one more time to rile up the crowd and get The Undertaker to come out, and they do. They start cheering for The Undertaker, for him to come out. Maybe there may be a bell or some lightning or something, but nothing happens. So it seems pretty uncertain as to the future of John Cena at WrestleMania. Looks like he's going to be going as a fan as of now. Again, I'm liking this angle. I'm liking what they're doing with it. They're taking their time letting it happen. Next up, Elias is in the ring and he's singing a song about how much he hates Atlanta, Georgia. He's interrupted by Heath Slater and Rhino once again. This time, Heath Slater steps up to the plate to try and take down Elias. Elias does make quick work of Slater with a drift away, and he heads off. Next up, Alexa Bliss and Mickie James team up to take on Asuka and Dana Brooke. But before that, we do have an interview with Nia Jax, a sit-down interview between Nia Jax and Renee Young, basically where Nia does feel bad that she was used by Alexa all this time, and that she doesn't want to take any more BS from her, and that she's going to destroy her at WrestleMania because she's just a little girl. I liked the emotion that Nia showed. It was great. Moving on to the match itself. This was a pretty decent match. I was actually very impressed with this match. I thought this was cool. Dana Brooke looks really strong here. Matter of fact, let me be honest with you. Dana Brooke is one of the most underrated and underutilized talent on WWE. Please, WWE, you gotta change that. She is an amazing, amazing talent. She's a great athlete, and she's not too bad on the mic. That is for another day. But this was a good match. Makes Asuka look strong and makes Dana Brooke look strong. Kind of really did go how I predicted, with Asuka pinning Mickie James. And then Nia Jax does come out and try to attack Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss gets away, letting Mickie James take the brunt of the punishment. Mickie James gets a Samoan drop, and Nia just stares at Alexa Bliss while Alexa Bliss clutches her title and looks very scared. Earlier on backstage, Kurt Angle did find Paul Heyman, who was talking to a UFC guy. So again, more insinuation that Brock Lesnar is leaving WWE after WrestleMania. Kurt Angle tells Paul Heyman, don't say anything that would make Roman Reigns come out and hurt Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman laughs it off. Kurt Angle goes to find Roman Reigns, and he tells him, look, don't go out there, don't do anything stupid. Roman Reigns says, look, if Paul Heyman says something stupid, I'm going out there. We then get to our main event, our final promo of the evening. Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar make their way into the ring with a bunch of Raw superstars, aka the tag team division on Raw, creating a barrier between Roman Reigns, if he does come out, and Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman talks for a while, basically says if Brock Lesnar doesn't have a title, he doesn't plan on sticking around anytime soon. Again, continuing to blend this with a reality where his contract does expire after WrestleMania. So again, more questions arise. Is he actually leaving? Is he really going to UFC? Is he going to come back after Mania? We don't know. He says that he respects Roman Reigns, but that Brock Lesnar will beat him at WrestleMania. This prompts Roman Reigns to come out. Everybody blocks him. All the entire Raw roster blocks him. Roman gets on the mic and he says, "Are you serious? You guys want to protect this part-timer?" And Roman turns into Moses for just a sec and he parts the sea of Raw superstars and goes towards Brock Lesnar. Brock gets a chair, but this time Roman Reigns prevails. He hits Brock Lesnar with 5 Superman punches, and he stands tall until, of course, Brock does get up, hits him with an F5 for good measure. It's going to be a brutal match. And I'm excited, man. I actually am looking forward to this match. So, SmackDown Live does come to us from Nashville, Tennessee. Fun fact, I used to live in Nashville, Tennessee. And it starts out with Daniel Bryan and a returning Shane McMahon. And Shane gets on the mic. He says, Daniel, I'm so happy to be partnering up with you on your first match back. And they both kind of apologize to each other, and they kind of hug it out. They say that they're going to beat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, and that they will never be in a SmackDown Live ring again. You know, usually I'm a little bit critical of authority figures opening up a segment or opening up a show. However, I think this time I can let it slide just because, you know, this does play into a match. Now have our first match of the evening, Charlotte Flair versus Natalya, a rematch from 2 weeks ago. This was another great match. I really did enjoy it as usual. But the match does end when Carmella comes in and attempts to cash in on Charlotte once again. Charlotte this time kicks the briefcase out of Carmella's hand. They have a stare down, and Charlotte hits Carmella with a big boot. Natalya tries to capitalize by pinning her, but it doesn't work. Charlotte gets Natalya in the figure 4 leg lock, which she transitions into a figure 8. Natalya taps out. Charlotte wins this match, and as she is celebrating, she is interrupted by Asuka, who comes in and says that at WrestleMania she's gonna win. No one's ready for Asuka, and she'll bow down to the Empress. Charlotte then gets on the mic and she says, I'm ready for you, I'm ready for Asuka, and you're not ready for the Queen. We now have Rusev versus Jinder Mahal, and we have Bobby Roode on commentary. Sunil Singh, I think, coming out and doing a rendition of Aiden English, kind of doing an impression of Aiden English, trying to come out. Rusev comes out as well. Rusev wins this match, and it was really good. As Rusev is celebrating, out of nowhere, Randy Orton RKO's him. Aiden English gets in the ring and beats up on Randy Orton. Bobby Roode gets involved. He takes his sweet time to get in the ring. Aiden English is about to get on the ring apron. He pushes Aiden English off and gets RKO'd by Randy Orton. Randy and Bobby have a stare down. Next up, we have an 8-man tag match between all the participants of the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. We have heels versus faces. On the faces side, we have Zack Ryder, Ty Dillinger, Tyler Breeze, and Fandango. On the heel side, we have Baron Corbin, Mojo Rawley, Primo Colon, wow, you're still around, and Dolph Ziggler, who I don't understand. I thought he was a face, but I guess he's kind of more of a tweener now. So anyway, this was kind of confusing for me. Like, this was way too crowded for me, but throughout the match, it's literally just everybody knocking each other over the top rope, because that's what you have to do at the Battle Royal. Baron Corbin hits the end of days on Fandango and wins for the heels. Up next, we get Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens invading SmackDown Live. They jump over the guardrail and they get on top of the announcer table. They get on the microphone. Kevin Owens basically vows to humiliate Shane McMahon and just go back running to his daddy, where his father will be disappointed in him. Daniel Bryan apologizes to Brie Bella and her daughter, saying that when we're done with Daniel Bryan, he's not going to be the same man. They quickly leave. Shane and Daniel Bryan come out and they say, hey, get a good shot of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, because this is the last time you'll see them on SmackDown Live television. This was a good segment, building more intrigue to this angle. I cannot wait for this match. We, of course, then have a segment with the New Day, who are promoting the WWE Network, saying that it's free for the first 30 days and that you can watch it from any device, on your phone, on your laptop, on your iPad. The Usos come in and they say, yeah, you can watch it for free. You can watch us defend our tag team titles at WrestleMania. Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. Then the Bludgeon Brothers just creep up behind both of them. They take off their hoods. Rowan takes off his mutilated sheep mask, and Harper just takes his mallet and smashes the camera. This was great. This was beautiful. Bludgeon Brothers better win at WrestleMania. Earlier on, Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles did cut like a sit-down promo type of a thing on each other. AJ Styles saying, Shinsuke is right, I am very emotional, but it's this emotion that's going to help me keep this title when I go to WrestleMania, and when I come out, I will retain and I'll still be your WWE champion. Nakamura then cuts a promo, and he also says that I have been playing games with AJ Styles, but my games are serious and AJ's way too emotional, so he's going to lose at WrestleMania and I'm going to be the new WWE champion. But they're going to have to put their differences aside because the main event is AJ Styles and Nakamura versus Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. A phenomenal match, no pun intended. Really good. I mean, it's not. What else do you expect? 4 great, talented performers in the ring, putting on a clinic match. Great tag team work by Shelton and Gable, and even AJ and Nakamura. They're kind of struggling to coexist, but they made it work. The match does end when AJ gets out of the apron next to Nakamura. We think he's gonna tag him in, but no. AJ gets out of the ring next to Nakamura. Sets up for the phenomenal forearm, hits it on Chad Gable, 1, 2, 3, wins the match for both himself and Nakamura. And then after that, Gable and Benjamin do attack Shinsuke Nakamura, who he fends off. AJ gets back on the apron. He looks like he's about to hit the phenomenal forearm, but then he stops, just like last week when Nakamura was about to hit the Kinshasa on AJ, but he stopped. AJ looks at him, and he smiles and pats Nakamura on the head, just like Nakamura did last week. Overall, I enjoyed both shows a lot, but I would say Raw was just that much better. More storylines that I was a little bit more intrigued about. Everything going on in the women's division with Sasha and Bayley, that whole tension, and of course Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. I know this is pretty much very similar to what I've said in the past weeks, but if name broke, I loved Brains Strowman. That was fun. John Cena and his whole thing with The Undertaker. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. This build has been amazing, and I'm really excited for this match. As far as SmackDown is concerned, I'm really enjoying everything they did with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn cutting a good promo. AJ and Nakamura was really good. So those were my thoughts on both Raw and SmackDown, the go-home shows before Mania. Let me know what you thought about both shows in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like what you see. Follow me on social media, and tell your friends about the Nerdy Mark. Until next time, this is Sid signing off. You guys take care. Bye-bye.